Peter Frampton is an English-American guitarist, singer and songwriter who rose to prominence as a member of the rock bands The Herd and Humble Pie. Later in his career, Frampton found significant success as a solo artist. Born April 22, 1950, age 73 years, Bromley, United Kingdom. Music groups: Humble Pie, The Herd, 1965–1968, Ringo Starr and his All-Star Band, 1997–1998, Mendoki Soulmates. Spouse: Barbara Gold, M., 1983–1993, Mary Lovett, M., 1972–1976. Children: Julian Frampton, Mia Rose Frampton, Jade Frampton. Parents: Owen Frampton, Peggy Fitch. Peter Frampton net worth $20 million. Peter Frampton. Early life. To contact, please check my YouTube video description and visit my website. Frampton was born to Owen Frampton and Peggy née Fitch Frampton in Beckenham, Kent. He attended Bromley Technical High School, at which his father was a teacher and the head of the art department. He first became interested in music when he was 7 years old. Having discovered his grandmother's banjolele in the attic, he taught himself to play it, going on to later teach himself how to play guitar and piano as well. At the age of 8, he began taking classical music lessons. Frampton was influenced by late 1950s and early 1960s rock acts such as Cliff Richard and the Shadows, Buddy Holly, Eddie Cochran, and later The Ventures, Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles. His father introduced him to the recordings of French gypsy jazz guitarist Django Reinhardt. Personal life. Marriages, other relationships and family. Frampton has been married 3 times and has 3 children. His first marriage was to Mary Lovett from 1972 to 1976. He was sued by J. E. Penny and McCall in 1978 for palimony. McCall asked for Frampton's earnings during the 5 years that they were together. According to McCall, she left her husband and gave up her job as a rock promoter and devoted herself full-time to Frampton, just as he achieved superstar status. A New York judge ruled that Frampton and McCall never intended to marry each other and never held themselves out to the public as husband and wife, and dismissed her complaint because to act otherwise would condone adultery. The case set precedent in New York. From 1983 to 1993, Frampton was married to Barbara Gold, with whom he had 2 children named Jade and Julian. The latter co-wrote and sang on Frampton's song A Road to the Sun from Thank You Mr. Churchill. His third marriage was on January 13, 1996 to Tina Elfers, with whom he had a daughter, actress Mia Frampton, and a stepdaughter named Tiffany Wiest. Frampton filed for divorce from Elfers in Los Angeles, California, on June 22, 2011, citing irreconcilable differences. Music career. Early career. By the age of 12, Frampton played in a band called the Little Ravens. Both he and David Bowie, who was 3 years older, were pupils at Bromley Technical School, where Frampton's father was Bowie's art teacher. The Little Ravens played on the same bill at school as Bowie's band, George and the Dragons. Peter and David would spend lunch breaks together, playing Buddy Holly songs. At the age of 14, Peter was playing with a band called the True Beats, followed by a band called the Preachers, who later became Moon's Train, produced and managed by Bill Wyman of the Rolling Stones. Frampton's parents were at the time concerned about their son playing regular late-night gigs whilst still at school, so Alex Brown, a member of the Preachers, was designated to meet his parents at their house, along with his son Stephen, to show that the band members were responsible people. After this meeting, Frampton was allowed to join the band. He became a successful child singer, and in 1966 he became a member of The Herd. He was the lead guitarist and singer, scoring several British pop hits. Frampton was named the Face of 1968 by Teen magazine Rave. In 1969, when Frampton was 18 years old, he joined Steve Marriott of the Small Faces to form Humble Pie. While playing with Humble Pie, Frampton also did session recording with other artists, including George Harrison, Harry Nilsson, Jerry Lee Lewis, and John Entwistle's Whistle Remess in 1972. During a recording session with George Harrison at Abbey Road Studios in London in 1970, Pete Drake introduced him to the talk box that was to become one of his trademark guitar effects.